So the Zenless Zone Zero patch 1.3 livestream just ended. Now whether you missed it or you don't have time to rewatch it, I'll give you a quick rundown on everything that you missed in the stream. First things first though, the freebies. The first of which is the redemption code you can use in-game, and that is Virtual Revenge. Make sure you redeem this quickly as it only lasts for just over a day. But there is also a Twitter event where you could win 10 master tapes. All you have to do for this is follow the Twitter account and quote the tweet along with the correct hashtags that I will link down in the description below. This Twitter event is also only available for just over a day, so be sure to act fast if you want your chance to win those 10 master tapes. Now though, onto the main content of patch 1.3. The story for the patch is going to revolve around none other than Section 6, one of the elite teams from HAND, the Hollow Affairs and Neutralization Department. Section 6 is one of the most well-known teams because of how strong they are and also for how quirky the members are. However, among the team, the most quote-unquote normal among them is Deputy Chief Tsukishiro Yanagi, who acts as a sort of brains behind the team. In the trailer showing off Yanagi, it did look like there are some new types of enemies to encounter as well, and these are likely from a mysterious faction that Section 6 has to deal with, as their latest operation has tasked them with testing out some new technology from the HIA. And in that trailer, Yanagi even does mention a special monster that they have been searching for. Now in patch 1.3, we will get to experience the story of Section 6 in the special episode Virtual Revenge. Now notably again, they use the term special episode, so I think this is going to be similar to the Jane special episode and a lot less like the 1.2 Tour de Inferno story. But Section 6 aside though, we cannot forget about our boy Lighter. They did show off a teaser for him too, although his story is going to be simply an agent story that tells the tale of what happens during the settlement days, which happen after a new overlord is crowned. During these settlement days, people are free to challenge anyone to air out their grievances, and we can probably expect to see some interesting people wanting to settle some scores with Lighter. Also, for you Lord Chads out there who are keeping up with the story, it was mentioned that it will not take long until we get that info from Pullman, who, after all, is the whole reason that we went out to the Outer Ring in the first place. But we won't be getting that information just yet. That will probably be in a future patch. However, Section 6 will apparently somehow get involved in the case of the mysterious lockbox. How exactly? We'll have to wait until the special episode, I guess. Next up though, they also showed off a bit more details about Yanagi and Lighter's kits. So we'll start off with Yanagi. She is an electric anomaly agent that can switch between two stances, each stance granting her a buff that persists for a bit even after switching. So playing as her is going to be like a dance, weaving between the two stances. After changing her stance, whenever she uses her basic attacks, it also increases the amount of anomaly that she can apply to the enemy. And what's more is that when an enemy does have an anomaly applied on them already, by using her EX special attack, Yanagi can instantly trigger a special disorder that does not consume or overwrite the currently applied anomaly. And I'm sure we've all seen how strong disorders can be, so I'm very excited to see how this will work in game. Next up though is Lighter, the Fire Stunner. Lighter has a morale gauge that, when filled, puts him into an enhanced state where every 5th basic attack increases the amount of impact dealt. Not only that though, but his attacks also reduce both the fire and ice resistance of the enemy. And what's more is that Lighter can increase the stun duration of enemies, letting you take advantage of that increased damage window for more time. When Lighter is paired with either an attacker or a Sons of Caledon member, they can deal more fire and ice damage whenever Lighter hits enemies, further increasing the synergy between fire and ice. Lighter can also go hard on the offensive, using quick assists as an offensive tool to help stun enemies even faster. Now in patch 1.3, the first banner will be featuring Yanagi, while Lighter's banner will be in the second half. Now of course, these were just very simple explanations for Yanagi and Lighter. If you want full breakdowns of these characters and their kits, as well as their signature wengeons, why not consider subscribing to the channel so that you can be notified as soon as I do upload full detailed guides on both of these characters. Otherwise though, I know new characters are cool and everything, but I have something even more important, and that is new bangboos. 2 of them to be specific. The first is Baddie Boo, who attacks with fire and will be an A rank bangboo added with patch 1.3. And next is Night Boo, also an A rank bangboo that we will be able to get for free as a limited time event reward in the Mystery of the Arpeggio Vault game mode that will be coming in 1.3. More details about that in just a second. Now to help us stock up some pulls for the new characters and bangboos, there will once again be 2 login events that will earn us a total of 10 encrypted master tapes as well as 10 boopons for logging in 7 days during those 2 login events. Speaking of events though, let's go over all of the events we can expect in 1.3, and boy, there are a lot, so strap in. Firstly, to help us get to know both Yanagi and Lighter, there will be a TV schedule event where we can complete various stages that reward us with tokens that can then be used to exchange for rewards such as polychromes and other materials. Next up is a 2D fighter with Lighter, similar to Streets of Rage if you've played those games before, but it is a 2D side-scroller with Lighter where we can fight some baddies while being assisted by our bangboos. And for those of you looking for some difficulty and challenging combat, your wishes have been heard, as a new permanent tower mode will be introduced called the Simulated Battle Trials. In this new tower mode, you can take your agents and clear a series of battles where the higher you go, the tougher the enemies become. The catch is that your agents will not recover their HP between battles. They will only be healed upon clearing a stage entirely. But as you progress, you will be able to unlock reserve agents that you can use to swap in and adapt your team as needed. I myself am really excited to see how this is going to be implemented in game and just how difficult this can get. Rewards for clearing these floors include polychromes and badges, which we will be able to display in our profiles. Again, more on that in just a second. Naturally, the higher you go and the more you climb, the shinier your badge will get. Over at Hollow Zero though, there will also be a new roguelike mode, and this is the Mystery of the Arpeggio Fault. This is where the time-limited Nightbrew can be earned as well, by the way. The mode has 5 chapters with randomly generated floors that you can explore in the HDD, so in other words, TV mode. Interestingly though, this looks like it could be mostly TV, as you can quote-unquote skip the battles if your team is strong enough in comparison to the enemies, by simply just bashing into them over and over. Now, during your runs, you can get resources that can be used to upgrade your squad for future runs, as is the tradition in a roguelike mode. And then over at the HIA, there will be a virtual battlefield mayhem event, which is similar to one of the events from 1.2, where certain test battles with specific stage buffs will be in place. Here, we will be able to use trial versions of the new characters, Yanagi and Lighter, to sort of get a feel for how they are. And then for some more light-hearted events, the simpler ones, featuring none other than our lovable Bangboos, we have a little Chef Boo who will give Chop a run for his money, as he will open up a sandwich stall that we can help him out with. And in the Enna Assistant program, we can help out that one trainer Bangboo that tried to coach another Bangboo in how to play, depending on where you are, either football or soccer, in an event all about Bangboo training. And then we have the Help Kai event, where we can complete simple tasks that you would do in everyday gameplay that will just earn us rewards. So hey, essentially free rewards for doing what you would do anyway. And lastly, we can expect to see some double drop events in 1.3, namely for combat sims at the HIA and for routine cleanups for some more drive discs. Now though, over to the quality of life adjustments. First is a new San Z studio will open up shop in Luminous Square, where we can buy some little memorabilia here to be used as decorative items over in our bedrooms. And remember when I mentioned you could earn badges from that permanent tower mode? Well, our player name cards are being revamped with a new layout and the option to show off those badges, as well as titles, which will also be coming in 1.3. Some UI adjustments have also been made to the compendium, so that is the daily and weekly tab, with a more streamlined view to help us select what we want more easily, and an adjustment for the challenge tab being renamed to combat. So this was where you would find the Shiyu Defense, Hollow Zero, Notorious Hunt, and whatnot. An extra tab though is added called Tactics, and this is essentially just an easier way to access the training menus that you would normally have to go to the archive at the store for. And then when it comes to crafting and dismantling, this has also been streamlined to automatically allow you to supplement the lack of materials by using the lower rarities without having to leave the upgrade menu to go and craft them yourself. Now it will just automatically pull in those lower rarity materials to be used for upgrading the whatever skill level you have. And then for dismantling discs specifically, there are quite a few overhauls to the UI to make it easier to find the discs that you want and also to sort through your endless supply of discs to help dismantle them. Speaking of dismantling discs, by the way, I would highly recommend that you go about doing so, because it looked like now we will have the option to craft higher tiers of discs using the lower tiers, specifically the ones that you would use for Bardic Needle, so the blue discs into purple and whatnot. And then last but not least, probably my favorite quality of life adjustment is that now you can pin a favorite Bangboo and agent so that they always appear first when opening those menus. Finally, I am so tired of hearing Soldier 11 every single time I opened the character menu, but now that can be changed. And that is going to be it for everything that was said in the patch 1.3 livestream. If you're interested in keeping up to date with everything Zenless Zone Zero related, whether it be in-game or outside of the game, why not consider subscribing to the channel? I do weekly news roundups for the game every Monday to help you stay informed with what's happening in New Eridu. Otherwise though, thank you as always for watching. Like I said, if you found the video helpful, liking, commenting, and subscribing is greatly appreciated. And so, until next time, bye bye.